Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we are reviewing the Essence article written about Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac.
Listen here, I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. We about to review this article. What is your first thoughts just overall of your feeling of the article, Blair?
I thought the article was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it hit all the points of basically how Mia came on, initial impressions, and how things kind of turned for the worst.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like the article was subpar, maybe even less than that.
Okay.
I feel like it wasn't written well. I felt like it was a bunch of Twitter opinions, X opinions put together into one article.
Okay.
We're not going to read the whole article. But I will put the link in the description so y'all can read it for yourselves. But I did pick out some paragraphs that I want to discuss, that I want to hear Blair's opinion on, and I want to hear y'all opinion on it as well. Blair, can you read that first thing I sent you about the article, please?
Yes. So Mia was first entertaining because she was open. Nowadays, she's a little too forthcoming about the wrong things and not necessarily honest in her retelling. Perhaps the woman who first introduced herself as an open book with nothing to hide is still being just that. But this particular story is one I'm no longer interested in reading.
Hey, guess what? I can understand and actually relate to that. What is your thoughts on what Miss Victoria said in that passage?
Well, I agree with all of it. First of all, I did find Mia entertaining at first.
Okay.
Probably her first season she came on. And after that, especially with the Wendy situation and her kind of getting in good with Gizelle and Robin and just wanting to be, I felt like just like a lackey for them. I felt like it was annoying by that point.
Yeah.
When Mia came on and we were introduced to her as Karen's friend, she sat down at the table and I think she was asking Wendy what other work she got done, and Wendy was like, well, what about you? And Mia was like, I had this, I had that, I had this, I had that. And I was just like, okay, so this girl, she owns what she is and what she's had done. There was a little concern about the age thing. Didn't really know if her age was really her age.
We still don't know.
But I thought that she was a good addition at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I will actually argue and say what changed about Mia from the first time she came on to the time she is now. I say now she's less violent. You know what I'm saying? When she basically assaulted Wendy, if y'all want to call it assault. But I can understand why we will feel some type of way about the storyline, or even not be interested in it, because truth be told, there is no other storyline on Potomac.
Okay.
Zero. Can you read the other paragraph I sent you that is that we go touch on as well?
Yes. And let us not forget that to sidestep the fact that she says one thing to the ladies and displays something completely different to the world, Mia insulted co-star Gizelle Bryant's daughters, claiming the TV personality tries to paint them in a positive light while they were allegedly sneaking boys into a hotel room when they were teenagers. What did that have to do with anything? And it doesn't change the fact that Gizelle was right. She would say Ink would step back so she could focus on her family and then post pictures with him the next minute. Nowhere near back.
Is that both paragraphs?
Oh, you want me to the other one
Yes.
too? Okay. When tasked with apologizing publicly for what she implied about the girls, also publicly, Mia feigned that she had too much going on to do so, only to share later she said sorry in private. When co-star and friend, at least during the season, Ashley Darby, told her she should take full accountability for the comments because kids should be off limits, Mia took it as an attack because she's the only one suffering, remember?
Here's the thing, right? And y'all expect so much little from Gizelle is actually crazy. That the fact that she could actually be doing nothing, she gets praised for because of what she has been basically viewed as in past seasons, right? She said, what do that have to do with anything basically talking about Gizelle's daughters? First of all, the whole gist of what Mia was talking about was that, hey, Gizelle, you come on this show and portray yourself as if you are having a perfect life, where really you don't show your life and how it really is. And then she used, i.e., your daughters, right, over here sneaking boys while you're not here and things of that nature. She said, my life may be hectic, but it's true, right? Any thoughts on that excerpt alone, on that, Blair?
Yeah, because I agree with the article. What does that have to do with anything? Just by the simple fact of, if we're going parallel, Mia you're the one exposing your life and your situation and what you're going through.
Yeah.
Gizelle, talk about Gizelle and what she or she is not sharing about her life, not about her kids. Is Mia out here saying if her kid got in a fight at school and, but she's portraying them as though they're good kids and all this type of stuff? It really doesn't matter. I really don't care what the kids are into or not, because they're not the Housewives. So if Mia would have kept it to Gizelle, you come on this platform, you really don't have much to say, but you poke at all of us and try to get into our business, that's one thing. But for her to say you portray your kids one way when they're really not, I'm not interested in what her kids are or aren't doing. So that's my only thing, is that if you're going to keep it to people being honest about their life, Gizelle, do you have anything going on in your life worth sharing?
No, she don't.
And that's my point. That's where Mia should have kept it at. I felt like going for her daughters was unnecessary, and honestly, nobody cares.
Here's the thing about it, right? And like you can get the next one ready.
Okay.
Right? Here's the thing about it. At the end of the day, this is why I actually I disagree with calling the daughter whores out of the footage. I think it should have stayed in there because, for one, it's reality TV. If it really happened, show it, right? In effort of trying to hide it, it came out anyway. So I felt like they should have just showed it, because guess what? If Mia said it, show Mia saying it, whatever it is, especially since she doubled down on it, right? Number two, Gizelle makes her children the storyline, right? And I understand that people want to go in here and act like we're going to protect children and things of that nature. And I understand that it did not make the show. I understand that it did not make the storyline in past seasons. But let's not act like Gizelle was not going to use Monique and her kids and Chris and things of that storyline to basically go at Monique, even though it did not make the show, right? Because someone stopped it, right? But let's not act like we are on this like self-righteous type of thing, as if like that's too low, we shouldn't talk about kids. Kids are not off limits on reality TV, especially for Gizelle to make it her storyline. She has no other storyline.
Well, let's put it like this.
Help me.
Let's say kids aren't off limits.
Right.
Do we care what her kids are doing, whether or not she's portraying them in a good light or not? To me, that's kind of a moot point for Mia. It's just kind of like you're saying this to say what? Nobody cares what the kids are doing.
She's basically saying,
I'm just saying it's not a good point.
I understand that.
Can you agree with that?
I don't agree with it. The only reason why I don't agree with it, because I don't think that, and I'm speaking for Mia, I don't know. I don't think Mia's point was to show or to expose that her daughters did something. I don't think that was her point. Her point was the fact that there are things going on in your life that you are hiding, and she just used the kids as an example. I don't think her focus was to expose the daughters and to call them whores, but to basically say, hey, you are trying to portray yourself on the show as if you're perfect, and all of y'all are talking to me about how y'all are as parents, while whole time y'all parenting ain't that good because you got daughters over here sneaking guys inside the thing and things of that nature. So that's what I think Mia's overall point was when it came to going at Gizelle, when it came to you don't show your life, you portray yourself as your life is perfect. Whole time you got daughters sneaking guys in, and people sneaking other people in the house while the parents gone. It's normal, right? Like that's. I did it. You get what I'm saying?
I did not.
So okay. so you had great parents, right? But my whole point is, I think that was the overall point. I don't think it's so much of what do that have to do with anything more than looking at the point of Gizelle do not show her life on reality TV, where the whole point of reality TV is to show your life.
And I'm not disagreeing with that.
That's fair.
But I'm just saying that the way that Mia went about making that point, I felt like it flopped.
Okay. Can you get the next slot ready, please?
Okay. Do we want to talk about the comment about how Mia said she had too much going on? And
No.
Okay. All right. So, sorry about that.
Yeah, I asked you to get it ready while I was talking.
There's like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. It's one thing to put on for the cameras and confuse your cast members and hell viewers about who you're with and what's going on. But watching her parade ink around her youngest kids, Jeremiah and Juju, she has a teenager in Atlanta, FYI, including a son that the man believed was his, was icky. When her daughter said in front of her father that Mia couldn't marry Ink, not only was it awkward, it was sad. While she was trying to move on fast, everyone around her was still trying to cope and get clarity.
I understand why people want to feel like, hey, involving paternity with kids can be icky to what the writer wrote, right? I'm sorry that I can't feel no way about it. This is Mia's kids. This is her kid. She have to deal with the reality of that, right? And for me to basically use this moment to basically point the finger like, you're a bad mother, how dare you, and things like that, I feel like it's a cheap shot. And when I say cheap shot, I'm not talking about like the shot is not warranted. I'm just like, hey, like, so like, this is her kids, and Mia gotta deal with that. What is your thoughts on that? Because I feel like you disagree with me on that.
Even though they're not my kids, I still care about the impact of toxic parents might have on children. Just that alone. Just the way that Mia talked about how her mother left her to herself and she ended up getting burns and all this type of stuff, and then she ended up in foster care and her mom didn't pay attention to her. Like, those stories do bother me. I don't like to hear when parents don't do right by their kids, or when they make selfish decisions and put their kids in situations to where they can be uncomfortable or end up dealing with some type of emotional distress later on in life, or possibly it could affect how they deal with relationships in the future. So even though they're not my kids, I'm not going to say F them kids, they ain't my kids. I'm very much the person who's just like, look, if a parent is moving out here wild and a kid is going to have to deal with the after effects of that, that is unfortunate, and I don't like to see that. I don't like to see that.
I understand that,
and I'm not for that.
I understand. Well, if that's the case, she shouldn't be on reality TV. If that,
I'm fine with that.
No, but I'm saying like this is her real life though.
I understand that.
And my thing is like, this is not something. Well, it may be something that she's just doing for the cameras, but my thing is, as far as we know, this is what Mia is portraying, right? Is that the last slide I sent you?
Yes.
Right. This is the life that Mia is portraying. It's her real life. At what point do we fire someone for showing their real life?
Okay.
As crazy as it may sound, I hired you, right? Imagine I'm like the boss at Bravo, right? I hired you to show your real life.
Yeah.
This is Mia's real life. At what point in showing her real life of, hey, you should be fired for showing your real life? That's crazy to me.
Well, I think that, and this is the argument that we go back and forth about.
Help me.
But I think that for certain shows, there are certain standards that we expect and want to see.
Okay.
If I want to watch baddies, I'm going to watch baddies. And I'm going to watch the girls get down to it and get to fighting.
Get to fighting.
If I'm watching Jocelyn's Cabaret, I'm looking for the strippers and they fighting and you know, trying to get the 1-2s together and the, you know, all the Jocelyn type stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Shout out to Jocelyn, right?
Shout out to Jocelyn.
Right? True. I hear you.
And if that's what I see, that's what I'm tuning in for. When I'm going to Housewives,
yes,
I'm looking to see opulence.
Okay.
I'm looking to see the women behind the gates and what their lifestyle is like and how they live in their day to day. And the elite sense. Yes. I will say Potomac falls a little bit short of that goal when it comes to the franchises. I feel like Potomac is not, if we're looking to see who's at the top of it, definitely Beverly Hills, Orange County. Yeah. But even Atlanta, I feel like portrays the women in a more business oriented, business oriented, successful, a little bit more well put together type of way.
Better than Potomac. Yes.
So I will say Potomac already is lacking in that area when it comes to the opulence that I look for a housewife show. Okay. Now, when it comes to casting and we're talking about people, their storylines, and what I want to see on a housewife show as far as a housewife, I don't want to see the baby daddy paternity whore type of stories.
That's fair.
That's not interesting to me for this type of storyline, for this type of show, pretty much. And that's not what I look at my housewives for. Now, I will say on Housewives, there have been fights. Yes. There have been people who have like dug up family secrets and is throwing dirt on each other.
You are talking out of both sides of your mouth right now.
Just let me finish. And all that type of stuff. But the way that this is being done and being harped on, it is feeling very much Love and Hip Hop-ish. There is no class around it. There is no, and I'll say it like this. Say Mia's telling the truth about what's going on in her life.
Let's say Mia's telling the truth.
Let's say she's telling the truth.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see someone on a housewife who is a housewife, handle that with grace and class and as best as she can as far as the legal sense, if things are really out of control. I think that it would be a story of basically somebody overcoming everything put against them. Yeah. But the difference is that Mia plays into the BS. Yeah. It's one thing for somebody to say, I'm trying to co-parent this guy, he deals with mental health issues. What I decided to do, since I'm still in close communication with him and he lives in my building, what I decided to do is, try to go to lawyers to see if we can get some therapy mandated, or to see if I don't feel comfortable with him around the kids, then maybe we can get visitation, like, what is it, like with somebody there to watch him while he does visitation. Okay. And I'm not saying all of these things are going to get done during the season, but to be able to see it being handled in a responsible way. But the way that Mia is going about handling it is like, well, Ink is backing off, but we're all at the pool drinking and partying and having a good time. And she's like, and kids, I told you that me and your dad were getting divorced, right? No, you didn't tell us that. So the way that it's going about is just very haphazard, and it's not really a story of a woman overcoming a tough situation.
I understand that. While I respond to you, I just want you, I know this is on the spot, give me the title of that article of the essence thing, and I just want the title just to basically hammer my point. What you were saying before you started trying to cover your bases was that when you watch...
You ready for it?
Yes. Give it to me.
Okay. Opinion. There's nothing entertaining about Mia Thornton's Real Housewives of Potomac storyline.
Now, this is the reason why I say this article make no sense, because give me what's entertaining about anybody's storyline on this cast this season, and I'll walk us through it, right? But to respond to Blair, you said that you tune into Housewives to see some class, some type
to see a particular type of entertainment.
Yes. Has Potomac ever been that?
Yes.
When?
I would say the first couple seasons.
As in 2? Out of the rest?
No, I mean, I feel like even when Monique first came on, I was interested in her lifestyle with her multiple homes and her husband, who was a football player.
Yeah, that's fair.
And, or a retired football player and all this type of stuff. So I felt like there was just a level of just housewife. It's just a different caliber.
Well, let me actually go down the list of things that actually happen on Potomac and what Potomac represents. One of the reasons why I like Potomac, first of all, is that it was an all black cast. I like the fact that like okay, this is gonna be entertaining, right? The first couple seasons was really good, right? But what happened on Potomac was a fight. Right, the infamous Monique Candiace fight. What happened on this show was also throughout the seasons, and when I say seasons, I mean multiple. The undertone of Potomac has been colorism. Right, this is the first season where colorism is not mentioned, right? And I'll let y'all decide why or why it's not. Right. Also, what's been on here is allegations of sexual harassment. Am I lying or like am I making it up? Am I being Mia right now?
No, you're telling the truth.
So where is this? Is this class? Just last season, someone got their wig split, literally on TV. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? To the point where it actually made it on the social media first. You get what I'm saying? Before they showed it, well, they didn't show the actual thing, but we saw someone get their wig split to the point where they had to go to the hospital, get stitches, and that they are suing that person to this day, right?
Well, I think that it's being handled in a housewife manner.
In a housewife manner, of course, right?
Good job, Kay.
Okay, good job, Kay. So all this classism that you say, all these things that people saying that Mia's degrading the show and things of that nature, I just list 4 things. I can list 4 more. I list sexual harassment allegations, colorism allegations from one of the main anchors of the show, right? Actual fighting, actual blood being shed, stitches and things of that nature. But some of y'all, and even my wife, is here talking about I watch Potomac for class. When did Potomac ever been class? I ask that question all the time. All the time. Some of the things.
And all the money issues, the tax issues, the Robin and the embellished hats because of their money issues. I'll say Potomac has always fallen short of the housewife mark.
Okay, thank you. short is a understatement. They never made the mark. You know what I'm saying? But one of the lead roles people of Potomac just got in trouble for crashing her car into a pole.
Falling short.
Okay. Right? The car was on fire, right? Yes. So this title that says, and I'm gonna let Blair, because Blair is actually more true to this than I am, and guess what? I'll let her lead, right? The article basically said, the title was basically saying basically Mia's storyline is, say it again for me.
There's nothing entertaining about Mia Thornton's Real Housewives of Potomac storyline.
There's about 8, maybe like 6 housewives, maybe 9, right? Let's go through each of them. Ashley, what's entertaining about her storyline?
You know what, Chris? I think that this is a good thing that we're going through each one, because I think the operative word is entertaining.
Okay.
So, Ashley currently nothing.
So,
however,
no, hold on.
No, because if we're going about Potomac, how it's falling short, I want to talk about how Potomac was able how Potomac was able to rival Atlanta because it was entertaining.
But this is my point. You do that when it's your point. Okay, this is my point. Now, Ashley. Now, let's also not forget that Ashley also had a husband on the show that was also allegedly sexually harassing the castmates. Am I lying or like, am I making that up?
That was entertaining.
Let's move on to. Okay.
It was wrong, but we was all laughing because Michael's asking, "Where's Juan?"
Wendy. I love Wendy on the show and things like that. How is her storyline this season? What's going on with her storyline this season? She had
her birthday.
She had a birthday for 10 episodes. So the answer is nothing, right? Karen, what's Karen?
Oh, she doesn't want to talk about the DUI.
Nothing, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to Gizelle, the big Gizelle, right? The thing that y'all giving her credit for this season because she has improved and things like that. What's going on with her storyline this season? Nothing, right? Well, that was easy to say, right? Kiana, shout out to Kay.
Her man in their house.
Nothing.
Okay.
Right? Let's move on to who is the other one? It's Ashley, Wendy, Karen, Gizelle, Stacy. I forgot about Stacy. Stacy, what is this? Nothing, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There gotta be one more. What about that other girl that
Jassy?
Jassy? I don't think is Jazzy the one that's dating the football player or something like that? Jazzy? Mm-hmm. I forgot she was a housewife.
Yeah.
What is her storyline?
She's not. She's a friend of.
Well, friend of. What is her storyline?
Nothing.
We can even throw Jacqueline in there, right? Jacqueline, what's her storyline besides trying to come at
I was like, I wasn't even going to mention her.
Right, Jacqueline, right? Nothing.
Karen. It's like storyline.
And then let's end it with Mia.
Okay.
What's Mia's storyline?
Mess.
It's not nothing. I know that much.
Lies.
So, okay. So whole time, that title, that's why I said this article is subpar and it's I even say less than subpar because it's a whole bunch of Twitter opinions where I don't know if she watched the show. Actually, I would actually say the fact that we are focused on Mia's storyline, I will give you bail to get you out of jail, right? The fact that we are focused, meaning tunnel vision on Mia's storyline, just shows how much no one is working on this show. Not a single one. Ashley, Wendy, Karen, Gizelle, Kiana, Stacy, Jazzy, Jacqueline, all the above. Even TJ, who wants camera time.
But can I explain, or have you made your point?
My point, hold on, let me land the plane.
Okay.
And then I'll let you come back back, right? The point is that at the end of the day, the production people shot this season. Mm-hmm. The people who are in charge of putting the scenes together, putting the shows together, and they chose to show us Mia based on whatever they had. And what did they have from Ashley? Nothing. Wendy, nothing. Karen, nothing. Gizelle, nothing. Kiana, nothing. Stacy, Jazzy, Jacqueline, nothing. TJ, nothing. What is my man name from Karen husband?
Why is TJ on the list?
What is Karen husband name?
Write him off. That's too much TJ.
Ray? Is that his name? Ray? Nothing.
Well, I'm interested in Ray's storyline.
Ray, I like your one-liner stuff. Go ahead. Come at me, baby.
Okay. So my thing is I'm focusing on the fact that there's nothing entertaining about Mia's storyline.
Entertaining.
And I'm talking about entertaining.
That's true.
So I think that we're getting a little bit lost in the sauce.
Sorry.
We're getting lost in the
okay,
sauce over here.
Okay, let me put it away. Okay. All right.
Now, if we can stay on track with the fact that if we want to watch a show, we want to be entertained.
That's fair.
Let's keep it simple.
No,
right?
no. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
And if we're talking about what is entertaining, even if no one else has much going on, you can equate something not entertaining to nothing. Could you not?
Okay.
If it's not entertaining, it's boring. So it really isn't something that I want to follow.
It doesn't serve the purpose of entertainment.
It doesn't serve the purpose of entertainment.
Right.
And I would say that this storyline with Mia, it was initially captivating. When we ended last season and Gordon dropped the ball and said, if you want a circus, get a clown. Or what did he say? If you want fair, go to a circus or whatever.
Something like that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's close.
Y'all gonna correct me.
Yeah, exactly.
But when that nugget dropped, I was all in. I was like, what is going on? What's the drama? What's the tea?
That was 12 months ago.
Now that we're actually in the season and watching it, play out.
Yeah.
It's really not that entertaining because number one, we're not getting no DNA tests.
We're not.
And number two, I'm not going to do the numbers because I don't know how many points I have.
Okay. Just list them, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. So the point is that the storyline is not entertaining because number one, there's two stories, sides to talk about. Number one, a lot of us thinks it's just not true.
That is fair.
And because it's not true, we're not interested in basically attaching ourselves to a story that is full of lies. And it appears to be lies because she says one thing, posts something different. She's always online trying to drum up the story. I think for her personal gain and Gordon's because they ain't got no other jobs.
Yeah.
So I think that's one half of it of why it's not entertaining because it doesn't come across as genuine.
Okay.
The other part of it not being entertaining is because when we're watching Housewives, we don't want to see children possibly getting the short end of the stick with a parent being selfish and self-centered. And I think that that rubs people the wrong way. Even though some people will be like, that ain't my kids, that's Mia's kids, that's for her to decide. With this article, what they're talking about is like, I don't want to see you being a bad parent per se, because it could trigger some things in people with what they've been through in life. And some people who are just empathetic, which is like, I don't want to see your kids having to go through this of being confused and you not explaining to them what is actually going on. Is it because it's a lie? So it's not entertaining.
I agree and disagree with that point only because people are very quick to basically call someone a bad parent.
But I'm just pointing out all the ways that it's not entertaining.
That's fair.
Okay. And then the other way that it's not entertaining is because if I wanted baby daddy paternity drama, this is not the show I tune in for that.
Gizelle tried to bring it on the show.
Right. And I think that I'm not going to get into that, but I'm just saying that that particular type of entertainment is not something that Housewife viewers find entertaining. If we can
stop acting like we all Housewives viewers of the show look for class on every show. Like we look for the drama now. We
look for the drama, but not this particular type.
Come on, man.
But can you agree that I look to the reasons why it's not entertaining?
No, I understand that, right? And you are right. But I think the bigger issue that we have is not so much. I think Mia's story is not entertaining. I will give you bail to get out of jail for that. You're free, right? But what I'm saying is this is the only story we have from a cast of 10 people.
And I think that it's the only story we have that's sad.
No, that's the only. No, forget the opinions about it. Let's stick to the objective facts. This is the only story we have. We have one person working out of 10 people. We have one person working, and the person that we got working is the least entertaining. That's not her fault. Yeah. She's working. She's gonna earn that first chair again, as she should. Right? Gizelle don't got no story. Gizelle. The reasons and the bail y'all gave Gizelle this season, where I'm like, Gizelle is actually the one who, number one, declassed the show, in my opinion. Like for that. But a lot of people, and I understand why people feel like Gizelle got that likability, like you want to like Gizelle. I understand it, right? But at the end of the day, Mia's the only one working. I have ways to fix the show, though, right? I have ways to fix the show. Based on what we've seen throughout this season, I know how we can fix the show.
How?
Cut half the season's episodes in half. Literally, in half, right? Make it what is that show that you was watching? It shit was something like Housewives Vacation something.
Oh, Ultimate Girls Trip.
Make Potomac an ultimate girls trip show. Because all they did was go on vacation. They went on vacation for Mia's thing. They went to Panama and things like that. Many times than not, we don't see them around each other a lot in Potomac. Make this a vacation type show to where it's only 5 to 8 episodes, right? To where every activity they do is on vacation and things of that nature, and then send them home, right? To where we don't have to worry about no Gordon storyline, nothing going on at home, or people's personal life storyline. Make it a vacation type show, because Potomac has failed. The cast has failed to show their lives and to be transparent and to actually come to work. Right? So make it a vacation type show. What is your opinion on that idea?
I would like that, because I feel like it's the best of both worlds. We get to see some of the tried and trues, the people that we are interested in, but we also don't have to stick around for all these episodes of nothingness.
Yes.
So, and then also when they're on vacation, there's actual activities to do, probably like bickering that they're going to have, just by the fact of sharing rooms, not sharing rooms, all that type of stuff. So I like that, or like even it was kind of, what was it? Some type of Eat, Pray, Love type of show that Eva was on with.
You don't got to.
It was Eva, Tammy, and Nivea.
Okay.
And I really did enjoy that show. There was probably about like 5 episodes or so.
Yes.
So something like that I think would be cute. But the problem is that these ladies aren't friends. And so even if they're going on vacation together, I still don't know how interesting it would be, because I'm trying to think about their vacations on Potomac, and are their vacations even that interesting to watch?
If you can't give me a vacation, then cancel the show then.
Yeah.
I actually was nice enough to say, hey, we just gonna do vacation, 8 episodes instead of 38.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But you even saying that, hey, if the vacation's not even entertaining, then fire everybody then.
They might need a cast shakeup.
But they tried that. They should have got rid of Candiace, or Candiace quit. They should have got rid of Robin and things like that. I think this is actually a move that they did last season of getting rid of like Robin and things like that. They wanted to do something, but they wasn't fully committed to a full cast shakeup.
Well, I'll say it like this.
I
think that we all thought the Mia storyline was going to be more entertaining than it was. I was very much hooked on what is going on with Mia, and the ball just dropped when it was the last episode of that season.
Yes.
But coming out and with all the information being shared, it just doesn't sound believable. And because it doesn't sound believable, we're not interested.
I understand that, and it's just too much. It's Mia overload.
And I'm just like, and I also think that if Mia can't come with real life stories,
it's not about Mia though.
Then no, I'm talking about her position on the show.
I understand.
Then she needs to go. Ashley first, though.
Ashley needs to go before anybody, right?
Ashley first.
I'm tired of Ashley.
But I do want to say that, whether or not Mia's situation is real, I think that there's 2 conversations to be had. Number one, it's not interesting to watch people lie about their lives. And then secondly, if it's really true and this is how chaotic your life really is, because some people's lives really are chaotic.
Yes, it is.
So if it really is true that your life is this chaotic, it would be great to see you handle it more maturely, because it's not interesting to see you just going back and forth. And maybe the thing is, when people go through tough things, like, it can be overwhelming and they don't always make the best decisions, and all of that is very true, but it's boring.
Here's the thing.
So I don't know what else
I
more
agree
to say.
with what you're saying, but the issue is not the issue. What the person who wrote the article saying that basically the Mia storyline is not entertaining and all that stuff, no one's is giving anything. What we're actually suffering from is a show where no one is giving anything, and that we are just Mia overload. That is really what our problem is. We wouldn't care about the lies, and we wouldn't care about her storyline and with the kids and things like that, because people love to say Mia's a bad parent and things like that, because people want to get on their high horse and say, I'm a great parent, I wouldn't do that. Oh, if that was my kid, I'd get on the plane immediately. To go where? You don't know where your kids are. So first of all, before you jump on a plane, that for one, you don't have a jet, so you got to, for one, arrange times, know where you're going first, right?
Okay.
Also, I mean, come on, that's why there's mothers and fathers. Mothers would have got on the plane immediately. Fathers would have been like, where are we going though? Ain't no point in going home. They ain't home. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, as I was saying, people love to pat themselves on the back to say how good of a parent they are. So that's why I feel like that's also another motivator. Mia, you're a bad parent. People are quick to say you're a bad parent, where I'm just like, I don't care if she's a bad parent. These are her kids, right? It's just Mia overload. There's a whole bunch of nothing. Also, I feel like they dropped the ball. I feel like there should be a mandatory, if you get a flute and you are a full-time member on the cast when it comes to a new member, such as Stacey and Kiana, they should have made them film more of their lives. I feel like we don't know enough about them.
But the thing is that from what I read was that they don't pick the housewives until after the season has been filmed.
Yeah, and that's stupid.
Yeah, so that's stupid. So it's just kind of like you really don't know. You got to film everything, but once the season flushes out, it's just kind of hard to tell, especially with Kiana.
Yeah,
I don't feel like she's been given enough camera time for a housewife.
And my thing is, I view everything as sports, right? You're a rookie on the show, so basically we are incentivizing you by you being on the show to show your life, right? I can understand why Karen may not want to show her life that much because she's been on the show for over 8 seasons. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to like new people, we need, hey, Stacey, them cameras gonna be in your house. Hey, Kiana, them cameras gonna be in your house and things of that nature. And you can't basically play the Ashley role or play the Gizelle or Karen role or even the Wendy role of not showing your life. I say every person should show their life, but especially the new people. But
that's not their fault. That's production.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not trying to blame them. I'm just trying to say y'all not really mad at Mia. Y'all are mad at production. Y'all are mad at the castmates for not showing their lives, and we are basically just suffering through Mia overload because that's the only one who is showing up to work working. The only one showing up to work working. And at the end of the day, I don't care about all these speeches that these other women are having, Gizelle and things like that, Wendy giving advice about. As a mother, I feel like I don't care. Show your life. Make your life entertaining. You get what I'm saying? Wendy's birthday thing was literally 4 episodes. Of what? Nothing.
I enjoyed it all though. I like Wendy.
The only thing that you did not enjoy Wendy. You enjoyed what happened on the trip when Karen gathered Jacqueline and when Mia deep.
No, like I like Wendy. I like looking at
that bottle.
I like Wendy looking at her, like how she dresses up. I like
Stop
her house.
it. Oh my god.
Like Wendy is very beautiful. Like I like looking at like Wendy.
So you just
and
like
her
looking at
family and her husband. Like they're a beautiful family.
But they don't show nothing that goes on in their house.
Well, they could do more. I'm saying they could do more. But I'm saying that I was entertained.
Do more? And that's what I'm saying. How are you entertained with somebody who's doing nothing purposely? Because you like looking at them?
I don't like looking at me.
Okay, thank you. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Listen, subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We will be back with Potomac this upcoming Sunday, but make sure y'all stick around for Married at First Sight. Tomorrow, we will have the signs. Okay, I'm going to the store right now to get some markers. Y'all be good.
Bye.